Hey, it's Scotty. I'm a volunteer at the LA Guinea Pig Rescue, and one of the things that we offer and that we specialize in is bonding. People come and they bring their guinea pig. They have either one boy or a group of girls, and they're trying to find a friend, find a match for their guinea pig or guinea pigs. So I got a message, and it was from someone who had a bonded pair of boys, and they rescued another single boy from the shelter. Now, while I will commend that as a really kind, wonderful act, unfortunately, at the LA Guinea Pig Rescue, we never recommend adding a single boy to a bonded boy or keeping a group of boys together. It almost never works out, and it can result in a fight, and it can result in the breaking up of that original bonded pair. I know I'm kind of a broken record on this. I have an entire bonding rules video and bonding playlist and a care guide with an entire bonding section in the care guide. But it just seems that this is a common misconception. This is a common problem, is that people don't seem to realize how complex it can be and what the actual bonding rules are. So I woke up and I've got to clean my cages, but I like to keep up with my emails. You know, you can always message me through the contact page on my website, and so I was checking my messages and this message popped up, and I wanted to address it right away. My advice was, unfortunately, you got to separate that new boy from the bonded pair and hope that the bonded pair can still stay together, that their trust hasn't been broken, that they're not so upset that they will turn on each other, because that is a very real possibility. Sometimes you can see some of my cages that are next to each other, some of them have dividers, because the boys' interactions, a bonded pair interacting with another bonded pair or another single, can cause problems. Not always, but it can cause problems. And as you can see right there with Gus and Dice, every piggies have their own individual personalities, their own relationships. Gus is a jerk. He's very social, so he does have the ability to see the other boys. Popeye is very submissive, but I still would never add a third to that group. Adding a third to this pair might make Gus even more aggressive. It just, in my experience, it never works out. There are always exceptions to the rule, but in my experience and my opinion, it's not worth breaking a perfect harmonious bond just to add a third boy. A bonded pair of boys is so rare and special that to ruin it with something that may or may not happen is just a waste. It's just a risk that I'm not willing to take. Trios very rarely work, and it's not worth it if you have a stable bond. When you watch my bonding rules video, you'll learn, or if you do enough bondings, you will learn that it's only about a 20% chance that any two boys will get along. Girls, there's a much higher chance at 80%, but with boys, it's only a 20% chance. So don't risk it if you have a stable bond, and don't adopt without knowing that your piggies are going to get along. If you're fine with a bunch of boys living side by side, then that's another story. But I think it's worth it. It's important to try to let your piggies have a friend that they can live with. Try to do as many bondings as you can before you resign to just letting them live side by side, because a pair of boys can live in a 2x4 if they get along, but you really need a minimum of a 2x3, and these are grids which are 14 inches. So when I say 2x4, that's actually 14-inch grids, which equal 10 square feet, and a single boy should really have a minimum of 8 square feet which is the equivalent of a 2x3 14-inch grids CNC cage. So the math can be a little confusing. Obviously, when you have a bunch of single boys living side by side, they each need a certain minimum adequate amount of space. And if you can allow the two to live together, then you can house them in still what is a reasonable amount of space. But that's why this room is turned into Guinea Pig City, is because I'm giving all of my single boys enough space. So I hope this made sense. I'm going to go back to cleaning cages, doing some laundry, answering some emails. So make sure if you have a question, you send it. The contact page on my website goes right to my email. Here is my guinea pig care guide. I hope you'll subscribe and hit the bell so that you don't miss a video and you stay up to date on what I'm doing, my rescue efforts, and if I put out a new care video, you'll get notified. So until next time, thanks for watching.